Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to English with Greg. It's Friday, it's a sunny day, and on Fridays, I normally publish a new video for you every 2 weeks. And today, I should be recording a video, and I decided to do a live lesson for you instead. So I will be here for about 30 minutes today. And I want to answer as many of your questions as possible in that time. So use the chat function, the chat box, if you are watching live. Say hello, tell me where you are watching from, and ask me your questions. Okay, this idea for a live lesson was originally to celebrate reaching 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which was a really big achievement. And I couldn't find the moment to do a live lesson. And now I'm almost at 200,000. So it's a bit late, but this is my live lesson to celebrate 100,000 subscribers. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you download my book, which is free. You see, I like helping you fix those typical mistakes that everybody makes. Believe me, as a teacher, I hear the same mistakes again and again and again and again. And in that book, I try to fix those typical mistakes, and it's free. Get it by clicking that link, or there's a link in the description. Okay, so hello to people who are watching live. Hi, Marco, one of my students inside my WhatsApp group. Hello, Zara from Iran. We have quite a few people watching already. Michelle, another one of my students. Good to see you all here. I'm interested to see how many people will come. I didn't tell anybody I was doing this until 30 minutes ago. I told my students, but yeah, let's see how many we get. Okay, let's put some questions in the chat box, and let's start answering them. Okay, so first, an interesting question from Greece, from this user. So yeah, when I was learning English, there was something called International Pen Friends, and I had the opportunity to send and receive letters in English, make friends, and practice. And he wants to know, he or she, sorry, wants to know if there is something like that for my kids. And that, I don't know, but that's a really great thing to do. When I was learning French, when I was a teenager, I used to go into online chat rooms, which are not possible nowadays, but having that opportunity to communicate, writing quickly with somebody online is a really great practice. So I don't know, but I recommend you have a look on Google, because I think for kids to be able to communicate quickly with other kids in a different country, in a different language, is a really great, fun thing to do. It makes the language fun. I loved it, and it really got me into enjoying learning and using French. Okay, let's have a look. Why do modern grammarians think that future tense can be replaced by present tense? Not too sure what you mean, but we can use the present tense to talk about the future. I did a video about that, and it works perfectly. I mean, some people say that there are no tenses in English. We can use the future tense to talk about the past, future, and present. We can use the future tense to talk about the past and present and future, and we can, I'm confusing myself, but we can use every tense to talk about every time period in English. It's quite confusing, but that's the way it is. Okay. Zara here is asking me to talk about the passive gerund infinitive and perfect gerund infinitive. Put a question, be more specific, and if you have a specific question, just put it there and I'll try to answer. Okay. Right, Maya, how often do native speakers use inversion in their normal speak? Does it sound natural to use it sometimes? Inversion is an advanced type of grammar structure, and it's like this. I went to an event last week. Not only did I have a great time, but I learned a lot. Not only did I have a great time, did I have a great time? That's like the structure of a question, but it's not a question. We are using inversion. And it's, perhaps it sounds formal, but it sounds natural. What was the question? Does it sound natural? Yeah, it sounds natural, but it is, let's say, a more formal way of speaking. Okay, the pronunciation of these two words. The first one, the plural of person, is people with E-E-E, people. The second one is very similar, but instead of E-E-E in the middle, it's U-U-U. So it's pupil, pupil, people, pupil. Okay, hello from Indonesia, hello from Brazil. We have people from all sides of the world, which is great. Can we write John's winning as John is winning? Yes, absolutely. Because is, if we have is, we can almost always use the apostrophe S. Did you have some problems in the past to understand Americans with words like truck and lorry? Not with words like that. For me, that's quite a common one, truck and lorry. If you don't know, I lived in the States for 3 years, and generally speaking, we understood each other without too many problems. But there were situations where I would say a word and they didn't know what that word was, and vice versa. But it's fun. It's fun. It's the same language, and from time to time, it's like, what are you talking about? But I have a very exciting video for you, which I'm going to publish probably next. My next video is related to this, and it's going to be very, very exciting. So make sure you watch for that. Okay, is it okay to say hey? Yeah, it's informal. It's an informal way of saying hi. Hey, how you doing? Like, hi, how are you? Hey. If you shout it at somebody, then, you know, it's not too polite. Like, hey, like, what are you doing? That's not polite. But as a word to say hello, then yes, it's fine. Okay, so asking a question with the present perfect. Present perfect is like this. I have been. you have eaten. When we ask a question, we have to change the order of you have. Change the order. Have you? And the rest is normally the same. Have you eaten? So I have eaten breakfast today. Have you eaten breakfast today? How many candles have you blown up to now, Greg? Well, I had a big birthday in March this year. It was my 40th birthday. Okay, man, lots of people watching live from Poland, from Germany, from Sri Lanka. Lots of questions coming through. So let me just try to make sure I don't miss too many. Does the overuse of like make one sound less British? No, English or British people sometimes overuse like too. It's not just an American thing. And we sometimes say the word like when we're thinking. So I went to the town and I bought like a few pizzas and like some drinks. People say it when they're thinking. Here's a question. Please explain the difference between the present perfect, like I have lived, and the present perfect continuous, like I have been living. I'm not going to do that now, but I have a video on that. Go to my YouTube videos page, and there is a video on that topic. Hello, I'm from Russia. How can I hire you for teaching me? I don't teach one-to-one classes. I only teach in my WhatsApp group and my pronunciation course. If you're interested in learning directly with me, go to my website, englishwithgreg.com. Hello from Poland and Germany. Hi there. How many languages do I speak? Well, I speak French and Spanish fluently, and English. I live in a part of Spain where they speak Galician, which is a regional language. I can't speak that, but I understand it pretty well, and I used to speak intermediate Italian, but I haven't used it for many years. So probably, let's say it's basic Italian now. Okay, let's have a look then. What's the difference between I have got and I have? And in which cases should we use these phrases? Really, they are the same thing, but I have got is British and I have is American. I mean, you can choose. Both are completely understandable, but that's the main difference. Which is a similar question here. Hello from Ukraine. Hello, wishing you, first of all, wish you and your family, friends, country the best. Always love hearing from Ukrainians who managed to watch the videos. Sending you a lot of love. So your question, which is better to study, British or American, and which is more common? It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. choose your favorite and be consistent. The best thing to do is choose the one that you like and the one that is more common to you. If you are in a job where you're speaking with British people every day, it makes sense to focus more on British English. If you're not speaking with any native speakers, it doesn't matter. Choose your favorite and try to be consistent with it. I personally think that it's good to be aware of both. And when I teach, I like to teach that way. I like to say things like, hey, in British, we pronounce it this way, and like I'm trying to think of a word which they pronounce differently. Let's use just the word bathroom. If you can use the word bathroom or toilet. If you're in a restaurant, if you want to go to the toilet, in British English, you should say, hey, where's the toilet? If you say, where's the bathroom, it's strange because it sounds like you want a bath. But in America, you have to ask, where's the bathroom or the restroom? Because if you say, where's the toilet, you sound a bit rude, a bit rude. So be aware of the differences. Is my main advice there. I love the Aussie accent. Everybody loves the Australian accent. For British people, I think the Australian accent is the coolest accent. It's really cool. Okay. Okay, sorry, here we go. So hello from Kazakhstan, and there we go. Sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, Indian. Hello. I'm just trying to find the next question here. Mary is a good girl. What is the adjective in this? There you go. There's your answer. Good. Okay, which would you prefer, French fries or chips? Interesting question. Fries or chips. So this is an example of American English or British English. This is a very common difference. Fries is what you get at McDonald's in American, and chips is what you eat from a bag in American. And in British, chips is what you get at McDonald's, and crisps is what you get in a bag. What do I prefer? Fries. Pavel, thanks for your videos about questions. In my opinion, questions are very important in everyday communication. Do you plan to make new episodes about how to ask questions correctly? I didn't have that plan, but I will make a note. And if you have any requests, if anybody has requests for videos or future lessons, let me know in the comments. Or if you are on my mailing list, then feel free to email me with a suggestion. Because you're right, questions are a really important part of speaking English and communicating in English. And the best thing is that if you ask the questions, you can lead the conversation. And that's another good trick to helping you understand people easier. It's easier to understand if you know more or less what the question is about. Hello from Cyprus, Algeria. Brilliant. I've neglected your request. Oh dear. Nisa, I missed it. There's so many messages coming through that I'm trying to read as quickly as I can. I'm not a quick reader. It's difficult. Put your question again in the chat, and I'll try to find it this time. Okay. Hello from Poland. Hello. And can we use the third form of the verb after was or were in any situation? Yeah, absolutely. So the third form of the verb is, for example, eat, ate, eaten. Eaten is the third form of the verb. Can we use it after was? Yeah, this is the passive. The cake was eaten. Where's the cake? Ooh, it was eaten. If we use this passive tense, we use it when the subject is not known or it's not important. Okay, if we don't know who ate the cake, or if it's not important who ate the cake, then we use this passive tense, and it's the verb to be followed by the third form. The house was built. The cake was eaten. The job was performed. Okay, Natalia, nice to meet you. Could you explain the difference between the words to as well and also? That's a good question. And they all mean the same thing, but we use them in different places of the sentence. So the word also normally comes directly before the main verb, usually. Okay, I like football. I also like music. Okay, the word also goes just before the verb. We can use it at the beginning of a sentence. Oh, when you see John, tell him I said hello. Also, ask him to give me my wallet back. Okay, he has my wallet. So say hello. Also, ask him to give me my wallet. So there are two ways of using also. The word to usually goes at the end of a sentence. I like football. I like music too. As well, also usually goes at the end of the sentence. I like music. I like football as well. Hi. Hello, Robelia. I hope you're well. Okay, this exercise. He took either the report, Mrs. Green. He took the report. Oh, and he took the report, Mrs. Green, once it was finished, or Mr. Green, the report once it was finished. He took. Sorry, I don't understand those. I don't understand. For me, neither are correct. If we're beginning with he took. Sorry about that. Okay, Nissa, you're back. Your question is about dividing the verb to represent into root and affixes. I still don't know the question. I'm sorry. Ask me the question, and I'll try my best to answer it. Okay, can we use two waters to refer to two bottles of water? Yes, you can. So everybody learns that water is uncountable. And if you ask a teacher, what's uncountable? mean? What does uncountable mean? They will always say, well, it's like water. You can't count water. It's not possible to say one water, two waters, three waters, because it's uncountable. However, if you're going to a restaurant or shop and you want 2 bottles of water, then yeah, you say 2 waters, 2 teas, 2 beers, 2 cokes. Um, okay, I'm having problems with this one. Nisa, your question is about dividing the word to represent into the root and affixes. Yeah. And you adore my name when you uttered it. Well, I think I'll just keep on doing that and maybe send you an email with the answer to this question. Dr. Kingston. Okay, a question from your childhood. What is the role of a silent letter when they are not supposed to be pronounced? And how do we determine when a letter is silent? So English pronunciation has so many exceptions and so many rules, no, so few rules and so many exceptions that the best thing to do is look for patterns because there are many words which include the combination of letters O-U-G-H, and in most of those situations, the GH is silent. For example, so sometimes it's pronounced like an F, but a lot of the time they're silent. Another example, words that end A-L-K, like walk, talk, chalk, you know, or words that end L-K, like folk, yoke. In those situations, the L is silent. So it's difficult to give rules. When I have a rule, I love teaching a rule, but for the most cases with pronunciation, it's good to look for patterns. And the best way to actually know if a letter is silent or not is to always look at the phonetic transcription, learn basic phonetics. I have a video on my channel in which I teach you basic phonetics. Watch it, learn basic phonetics, and then when you are learning a word, look at the phonetic transcription on the dictionary, and you instantly know how to pronounce it. Phonetics is magic. It's like a key to understanding, or a key to pronouncing every word correctly. Spend a bit of time learning basic phonetics. Okay, could you read the word that? There is a big difference in pronunciation between my school and my friends and Google Translator. Okay, united, united, united. Maybe some people say united, united. For me, it's united, united. Okay, what's the difference between in conclusion and in concluding? In conclusion is how you introduce a part of the sentence. Okay, in conclusion, in concluding is not an expression which introduces a sentence. I have to go soon, maybe 5 more minutes here, and then I'll have to go. I have to get my daughter. So I would love to be here more time, but I can't really leave her much longer at play school. Do you have a dog? No, I don't particularly like dogs. Where in the UK are you from? I am from Yorkshire, in the north of England. If you know Leeds, I'm from a town near Leeds. But there you go. Somebody answered for me, Yorkshire. Sergey, why do you have such a complex phonetic system in English? There are, oh man, how many vowel sounds are there? 20, I think? Oh man, sorry, I can't remember the number. 17, 20, or 24, 20, I think 20. There are 20 vowel sounds in English. That's why. Which is much more than most languages. But if you watch the video and make it not complex, really, I recommend you watch that video, because the goal of that video that I did, called Basic Phonetics, was to make something phonetics, to make it easy, because a lot of people think, wow, it's so complex, and all these little phonetic symbols that I don't understand. I don't want to touch it. In that video, I just tried to make it simple and easy. So I really recommend you watch that, because it's not complex. The complex thing about English is when people are obsessed with how to write a word. Do you really? I don't know. Some people do, but I think you speak a lot more than you write generally. So you should be obsessed with how it's pronounced, and then learn how to spell it. But it's, in my opinion, it's much better to pronounce it perfectly and spell it incorrectly than vice versa. Unless you're like writing publicly. Okay, could you tell me why ordinal numbers are used both with the and without? Without. So the third, I can't think of any examples when we don't use the with ordinal numbers. Gurpreet, it's my humble request to make a detailed video on all the tenses. Okay, that's a big job. It's a huge job to produce videos. I would love to do a video every week or two a week, but each video, you have no idea how long it takes to make one 10-minute video. A lot of work. So maybe in the future I'll do a video on all the tenses, but at the moment that is not realistic. Can you make a video to pronounce how to pronounce the names of football players in the Premier League? That's a nice idea. Yeah, I might. I love football. I love football, and Liverpool is my team. Big game at the weekend for Liverpool, and next weekend too. Okay. Yeah, it really is. I think before I started doing YouTube, I had no idea how much work it is. And sometimes I do a video that's 15 minutes, and it was my idea to make it 7 or 8 minutes. And when I'm editing it, it's 15 minutes. A 15-minute video takes exactly double the amount of time to produce as a 7-minute video. It is a lot of work, but I love it. I love it. And you guys watching and commenting, positive comments, keeps me motivated. So thank you for that. It really does. It really does. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. Hello to the Philippines. Hello to Ukraine again, Alex. Leicester City fan. Nice team. Everybody likes Leicester. When they won, it was an amazing year. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to go. It's been great. As I said, I would love to be here for longer, but it's been great anyway. So keep watching. As I said before, I have 2 videos planned, which are, one is very, very requested. Loads of people have requested it. And the other one is one that I am more excited about than I have been excited about. I'm really, really excited about it. So keep watching. 2 great videos coming soon. And I will leave you with this word of wisdom. And I hope you are right. Okay. So thanks, everybody. Take care. As I said before, download the book if you haven't got it already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.